Okay, I think that means we are good to go then. Welcome everyone. My name is Olivia Winder, and I am the manager of residence life here at Fleming College. I'm really excited for this meeting. I think for us, we're going to have a wonderful, next half hour all together, welcoming you to Fleming College and specifically to residents. I know move-in is just a couple short days away, so can't wait to provide you with that last minute information you need before you join us. I'm also going to throw it over to Sarah, who's co-presenting with me today.
Hi everyone, nice to meet you all. So my name's Sarah. I am the residence student development specialist. Basically what that means is the residence case manager. That's usually a term. And I mainly provide support to students and residents. So I will get into that a little bit more later in the presentation. But yeah, like Olivia said, we're excited to have you join us in the winter, and thank you for joining. I know you're still on your break, so we do appreciate you attending this session.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Sarah, for that great introduction. All right. So we're going to start off by letting everyone know, welcome from the whole Fleming staff, professional staff team. There's many more of us. We're just the two of us here today for the presentation, but you'll get to know all of our shining faces in person when you come and move in. So just as a quick run through of everyone who's a professional staff on our team, we have Greg Jefford, who is the Director of Student Experience, who oversees everyone in residence life as well as athletics and everyone under sort of the student experience as well at both our Frost and Sutherland locations. There's myself, the manager of residence life. We have Matt Markovich, who's the manager of residence operations, who takes care of the facilities on campus. We have Sarah, who just introduced herself, who is the student development specialist. We have Judy, Nicole, and Owen, who are housing and campus service coordinators. We have Mike Benson, who is part of our IT team, who is wonderful, will come directly to your room if we have IT issues, or you can always visit him out of the office at Sutherland as well too. And then we have Joe and Tony, who are our wonderful facilities individuals as well too. Once again, we work out of both Frost as well as Sutherland, so I do know this meeting was for both campuses, and we do kind of spend our time split between both campuses. So if you come down to the Residence Life office, you'll meet us on any sort of specific day.
So the residence life student staff, as well as campus security, are probably the folks that you will be interacting with the most. So most colleges refer to the residence life student staff as RAs. That's probably a term you're more familiar with. Or if you visited any universities, they call them dons there as well. This semester, we go by residence life mentors, or RLMs. So if you hear us saying, go talk to your RLM, that is your residence life mentor. So we have a big team of RLMs as well as some senior residence life mentors. They're living right in the community with you, so they are also students, they're your peers. Some potentially could be in your suite. They're living within the buildings just like you are. And there is an RLM assigned to each floor. So on the floor, there are 4 different suites, so you will have an RLM that you'll become familiar with, and they'll become sort of your go-to for any questions or concerns that might come up. So some things that you could go to your RLM about if you're having suite mate issues or any conflict in your suite, or even if it's just about the garbage or cleaning, and you just want a third party to help you sort of mediate some conversations. Your RLM is a perfect support for that. They'll also meet with you all right off the bat to go over suite mate agreements and just get everyone on the same page. If you're feeling homesick, you just want like a peer-to-peer to speak with, RLMs are great. If you're needing help with any campus resources or navigating any of that, you can reach out to your RLM. If you're trying to sleep and it's a little noisy one night, you can call the RLMs. There always is an RLM on call. So we're here throughout the day, but after hours, one of the benefits of residence is it's 24-hour support. So you'll see around the buildings the RLM on call number. Usually it's just easier to save that right in your phone, in your cell phone. It is a cell phone number. So you can call that and they can help you out. And then we also have campus security who sort of takes over throughout the night, just realizing that our RLMs are also students and need to get some sleep. Campus security comes in after quiet hours, so that's usually around 11:30. And they do rounds throughout the night just to make sure like noise levels are okay, everyone's safe. And they sit down in the residence life office, so they're there to support you as well. If something comes up at 3 a.m. and you need some help, there's always someone around, which is awesome.
Thank you so much for that. So we have a really great team in residence and we are all ready to meet you. So there we are. That's one of our images from the summer. And we're just as excited to have you folks move in with us ASAP. So, move-in day, there's some great and important information that you folks need to know. So, a couple important things. So there are move-in time slots, and we do request that you select your time slot right now before they're taken. And the reason for this is to try and ensure that people are spread out throughout the day so there's not too much traffic and people can kind of take their time to move in at a leisurely rate, not feel pressure because there's too many cars in the area or anything like that. So there are move-in time slots that start as early as 8 a.m., I believe, and they extend to the start time of 3:30 p.m., and they're about a half hour in length, okay? So to select your move-in time slot, if you haven't done it yet so far, and once again, we know quite a few of you have, we ask that you go to the housing portal, which it's this link right here, the https://residence.flemingcollege.ca/starresportalx. Okay, now this was emailed to you folks via your Fleming email, so make sure you're checking that Fleming email to say the least. And you can follow that link to our move-in time slot bookings. So from there, you'll click on manage my booking, then you'll click on book my time slot, then you can click on book my move-in time slot and click on whatever is available that works the best for you and your supports who are coming to help move you in for that day if you are able to. You will receive an email just afterwards confirming your chosen time slot. You can cancel your chosen time slot and choose a new one if you wish. So if something comes up and you need to move, later into the afternoon or first thing to the morning, that's totally fine. We're pretty easygoing here. We're here to support you and make this a seamless transition if at all possible. And please note though, once you cancel your time slot, it will be immediately available to other students. So if you're literally doing it right now and you've canceled it and you try and go back 3 or 4 minutes later, it could be taken. So don't cancel it if the time still works for you and you're just kind of looking around. Make sure that, you're only canceling if you truly need to move around your time slot so it's not taken by someone else. A couple other things is we are going to be following up with anyone who hasn't yet selected a time slot. So if you're hearing this and you're like, ooh, I definitely haven't booked a time yet, we are going to be following up with you probably today or tomorrow with the information as a reminder. So I wouldn't wait for that reminder. It's just there in case if you haven't done it yet. Okay.
Okay, so when you actually arrive on move-in day, so on Friday, just a couple directions here of where to go. I know, especially Sutherland, it is sort of a village. There's 6 buildings, and then at Frost, it's a bit smaller with 2. But like Olivia said, make sure you're checking your Fleming emails because that's where we are communicating with you. So you should have that confirmation email. In that, you should see your bedroom number, your move-in time slot, and some other information. You should get a move-in barcode or like a QR code. So if you can have that ready for when you do arrive, it just makes the process go a bit quicker when it comes to checking you in and giving you your keys. So if it's easier for you to print, I know a lot of people don't have a printer, so if you just want to have it on your phone, just make sure you have that pulled up as you're coming in. And then please also bring a government issued ID, so a photo ID. And if you have your one card already, make sure you come with your one card because that is your key to get you into the buildings and we need to make sure that you do have the one card before we can give you your physical keys. So when you arrive, check in at the Residence Life office. So for those of you who don't know, Peterborough campus at Sutherland, Building 1 or Newfoundland House is where the main office is. So that's where Olivia went through all of our staff, where we all sit and work out of. There isn't one in every building, it's just Building 1. So if you come here to get your keys and show your code and ID and all that, then you can go to your other building afterwards. And then if you're at Frost, it's actually Building 2. If you're going towards the residence, it's on the right-hand side. But again, there's signage, and we'll be out there smiling and waving if you're lost. So don't worry, there's someone around. And same thing, you'll get your keys, check in at the office. If you need help finding your room, there'll be people around as well, the RLMs. So just ask and we will help out with that. When it comes to the parking, so you'll be able to you'll see we sort of have like we call it the residence circle. So just say you're in building 6 and it's at the back, you'll be able to pull up right in front of your building. We just ask that you're mindful of how much time. It is a fire route, so we don't want cars there parked necessarily all day. So stop, drop, and go park is sort of the term we're using. And what that means is, we know you have a lot to carry, so unload. If you want to run it upstairs, that's fine. But before you start to unpack and really settle in or explore campus, we just ask that you park your car in one of the parking lots. So unload, drop it all off, and then move your car, and then you can take your time for the rest of the day, unpacking, setting your room up, meeting people. You can explore campus if you want. You can head to the grocery store, stock the fridge up, whatever you got to do. You can take your time. So there's no time limit to that. We just ask that you're pretty quick with being in the actual circle, just so everyone gets an opportunity to unpack. A question did pop up here. Where do you get your one card? So if you don't already have one, at the main, so Building 1 or Building 2 at Frost, make sure you're uploading a picture, I believe you'll have to do, but Mike will have that printed for you if you don't already have one. Okay. And if not, they'll be able to answer any questions you have once you're here to check in.
Okay. That's moving day. All right, so after you move in then, so that's the whole process. It's fairly simple. You check in with us, get your things, go to your residence, drop off your things there, go park your car, unpack, and you're ready to rock and roll, right? So after you move in, most people will be done at about 4:30 or so. So we're going to do a residence move-in meeting at 5 p.m. So the residence move-in location, we didn't put the Frost one down, so I'll say it verbally. However, there will be lots of signs available. If you are headed to Frost Residence Village, then we are all going to be meeting in the residence program office, which is in the ground floor of Building 1. And so very easy to find. All of our student staff members, the residence life staff, are going to, grab all the new students and bring them at 5 p.m. to this location where we're all going to meet together. Now, because Sutherland Residence Village is a little larger, we have 6 buildings instead of 2. They're going to be in individual meetings depending on what building you're in. So this is for Sutherland Residence Village only. So if you're in Building 1, you'll be meeting in the residence meeting room, which is located in Building 1. If you're in buildings 2 or 3 at SRV, Sutherland Residence Village, you'll be meeting just in the first floor hallway. In buildings 4, you'll be meeting in the Zen Den. And if you don't know where that is, not a problem. Once again, lots of signage will be directing you to all of these locations. Building 5 and 6 will be meeting in their respective study rooms within the buildings as well. And so once again, a little different location for each one, but it's really a great opportunity to be able to get to meet the other students who are moving into your building on that day and the student staff who live within your building. This is a really great opportunity for you to learn a little bit about, the rules in residence and what you need to know as a student. They'll talk about the supports and resources available to you. They'll do some, icebreaker and team building opportunities as well too. So this is your great time to, meet some friends and make some new connections with other people who are living in close proximity to yourself. And they're also going to be talking about our various events that are happening in residence throughout January 6th and 7th. So make sure you come to this move-in meeting. Make sure that you are planned and ready to go to be present at 5 p.m. Right as you move in. Because once again, we want to get to know you and we want to provide you with all the different things you need to know before you start as a student on the Monday.
And if you're stressed about where any of these locations are, they're all on the first floor. So if you just walk downstairs and linger in the lobby there, someone will find you and direct you to where you're supposed to go. So don't stress about that.
Absolutely. Thanks, Sarah.
Okay, so this is a long list. I'm not going to read through it. If you have specific questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. But you can look this over. It's just some suggestions about what to bring versus what is here already and what you don't need to bring. So things to bring. Again, we have the laundry rooms, but if you want to bring your detergent, and again, we provide the beds, but bring your pillows and bed sheets and obviously your clothes, school supplies, cleaning materials. So like, toilet cleaner and scrubbing bubbles and all of that we don't provide. So make sure you're bringing that. What we do have in residence is a full refrigerator. So there's one per suite in the common area. If you want to bring a mini fridge for your bedroom just to have for yourself, that's no problem. We just ask that it's actually a mini fridge and not a full-size fridge. You don't have room for that in your bedroom. We have little common areas with love seats, couches, a little coffee table, kitchen table, chairs, dining area. You'll have the recycling and garbage containers in the suite and the common area in the kitchen. But again, if you want one for your bedroom, you'd bring that yourself. Just a note about extra furniture. So the suites are pretty good size, but we don't want them filled too much just because of fire codes and safety and, all of that. So you're provided with a desk chair. Please don't bring your own desk chair unless it's been approved. And to get approval for that, we just need a doctor's note stating why you need, your own for ergonomic reasons or whatever it may be. And then we'll upload that, have it on file, and that way we can remove your old one, but we don't want any unapproved furniture. So like extra dressers or TV stands, anything large like that, please do not bring with you. If it is noticed during any of our inspections or even just like check-ins with you, then you'll have to remove it. So that could be harder to remove mid-year than to just not bring it at all. And if you're unsure about something, just reach out and ask. And like I said, like all the big items will be there for you. You will most likely, I'm assuming all suites will have students that have been living there for fall semester. So they might have a lot of these suggested items to bring, like, the Swiffers, the vacuums, sometimes even like a coffee maker, some of the extra stuff. So you should be able to see your roommates' names on the housing portal. Regardless, it's a good idea to reach out, introduce yourself. If they want to exchange information, you can do that, whether it's your social medias or cell phone numbers, whatever it may be. But just reach out and see like what they have. If you are a coffee person and you like your Keurig, maybe they have one that they're willing to share. The last thing we want is like 6 different blenders or Keurigs, right? Just when it comes to covered space. So you can chat with them, see what they're willing to share, what they already have, maybe what could be useful to bring, and just get to know them as well before moving in.
That's a great idea. I love that. And plus it gets students communicating beforehand. So I think that's a great opportunity to, break the ice with your new roommate. So I love that. Great idea, Sarah. Okay, so some items to leave at home. We do have a little bit of a list and I wanted to go through it quickly. So we don't recommend wireless printers, candles or incense. They present a fire hazard. Alcohol, and the reason for that, as I'm sure you've been seeing in your communications from us, we are alcohol free for January 6th and 7th. Now that will be lifted, I believe it's at 10 a.m. on the 8th when our returners do come back. The reason for that is we want students to be able to get to know each other and experience residence without, feeling impaired or need any sort of extra uncontrolled substances. So with that being said, please do not bring alcohol with you. It's a lot easier to just keep it at home so there's no temptation or anything like that. We will be keeping you busy with lots of events, so you won't even have time for drinking or anything like that. We ask that you, when you do, after the 7th on the 8th, if you do consume alcohol and you are of age, of course, that you never bring beer bottles to residence. It does present a safety hazard. Sometimes they fall and break, and so there's no beer bottles permitted in residence at all. That's after the 8th when that alcohol-free sort of is lifted. We ask that you don't bring any paraphernalia for drinking that's related. So such as like a funnel or a beer hat or anything like that. Once again, we want our students to be able to make safe choices if they're of age and they are engaging in drinking. And so, of course, something like a funnel use would, prevent you from being able to stay aware and awake and that kind of thing. And so with that being said, please just leave those things at home. Enjoy them at home, not here. Please do not bring any illegal drugs or cultivation equipment. Please do not bring with you any subwoofers or large speakers. Our walls sometimes can be thin, and so even just a little bit of bass playing actually travels quite a bit amongst the floors and into the different suites. As Sarah sort of mentioned before, please, leave some of your larger extra furniture at home. And so if you did need a desk chair, I think Sarah did mention this, and you have a doctor's note, feel free to email us. We just need to see that doctor's note, and we're happy to remove just that desk chair. But anything else, it's residence provided, and so please just use what we're providing to you. Please do not bring space heaters, because once again, we don't want to light your room on fire by any means by having a short circuit. That would be terrible, not a great experience in residence, to say the least, as I'm sure you can imagine. Please refrain from bringing string lights or halogen lamps, workout machines, because I know they create a lot of, noise, and, you can always go to the athletic center to work out. Please don't bring pets with you, of course, unless they are approved by housing services. So of course, if you have a service animal, please let us know. There is a specific venue that you have to go through to apply to have a service animal on campus and in residence. But if it's not a service animal, of course not. And then any sort of weaponry, please leave that at home. Don't bring that here. We don't need that in residence, right? Safety first.
And one other note, with the wireless printers or even routers, please don't hook up your own router. We do have Wi-Fi here. It works well when everyone is cooperating. Routers can really mess up the Wi-Fi for everybody, and we just don't want that to crash or impact that. So if you have IT questions about what you can have or what you do want set up, just come down and chat with us before doing anything. It's probably the best bet. Okay, we're here to support you. So there is a ton of support at Fleming. Sometimes the hardest part is just knowing, like, it exists, but how do you navigate it? How do you get connected? I'm struggling with this. What department do I go to? So that's what we're here for, and that's specifically what I'm here for as well as a case manager. So a large variety of student services, whether that's academic supports, if you had like an IEP in high school, or you have a disability and you need some accommodations for whether it be residence or on campus in class, there's accessible education services. I'm happy to help get you connected there. All the information is also on the main website. There's some forms and referrals to fill out. Again, if you're having trouble navigating it, just reach out to me. I'm happy to help with that. If you got the winter blues, it's Canada, it's cold winters, not a lot of sun always. There's personal wellness counseling available, free. All of these services are free. You pay for it with your tuition, you might as well use it. Again, if you're needing help filling out that referral, or just want to chat with me a bit more about like what counseling would look like, reach out. bookstore. The wellness center is included with your tuition, so it's super close to both residences, both at Sutherland and at Frost. It's a short walk, maybe like 5 minutes, not even. So definitely take advantage of the gym, the classes, pools, all of that. Here on this slide is my contact information. So again, if you're needing help just navigating or have questions about like, okay, I'm struggling in this area, who do I go to? Is it tutoring? We have a learning strategist, again, all free. I can help out with that, or even just if you're struggling in residence transitioning to living on your own. For some, it can be first time living on their own. So, you're finding that you're eating a lot of takeout, like, and you just want to chat about other alternatives or anything like that, just reach out. My email is right there. Okay.
All right. Also, something to chat about is our residence community standards, which are something important. We do expect all of our students to understand all of the residence community standards and your responsibilities while living in residence. So these have been protected. This is essentially a handbook. It's filled with all sorts of regulations, responsibilities, guidance, that kind of thing, to let you know, to protect the rights and property of residents and to encourage mutual respect in our community as well too. The objective of these standards is to support all of our safety. So the safety physically, emotional safety, social safety, as well as the personal protection of not only your property, but also the property of other residents, as well as college property as well too. These are also in place to contribute to the personal and academic success for all of you, since that's what you're here, of course, for academics, since you're looking for, some academic success in your life. So with that being said, we encourage you to be going to https://department.flemingcollege.ca/housing, and you're going to be able to find the Residence Community Handbook, where you'll be able to read. It's quite a few pages, but I do very much encourage you to be reading this book prior to you coming to residence. And the reason for that is right as you come to residence, we ask that you know and follow your rights and responsibilities as a student, right? And so please take your time over the next couple days, do a little bit of light reading and open up those residence community standards. If you have any questions, you can always email us at residence@flemingcollege.ca and we can always answer them for you. However, please make sure you take some time before you arrive to check out those community standards. A couple things just to point out. We also have, this is actually created by security at Fleming College, but we have Fleming Safe, which is our official campus safety app. We do encourage you right now to go onto, Google Play or the App Store to be able to download it. You can see the little icon right there, download it. So it's on your phone. There's lots of great resources there and things to check out, information about who to call if you need help, if you want to walk home, if you need assistance or support. I really, really highly encourage everyone right now to be able to download this app and put it on your phone, okay? Highly, highly encourage. A couple things to mention about safety on campus. Now, we did sort of talk about, I think Sarah talked about safety much earlier in the presentation, and so I'm not going to reiterate everything that Sarah had mentioned. Just a couple things for all of us to be aware of is that there are uniformed guards that patrol our campuses as well as residents 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They are actually in our residences doing patrols anytime it starts at quiet hours. So that's either 11 p.m. or 1 a.m., depending on whether it's a weekday or a weekend. And they're actually doing rounds right in the residences. So you'll be able to meet all of the security guards that we have here. We also offer a safe walk service that's available. So if you're someone, maybe you have a late night class and you have to walk from the main campus to residences, and you're a little concerned about walking in the dark, not a problem. We got you. Feel free to reach out to security and they're able to hook you up with the Safe Walk service. So then you have someone who you feel comfortable with to walk you back to your residence late at night, maybe from the library or classes or whatever. I did have the numbers right here, so you can dial 4444 4 4 4 fours If you are on campus and you are using one of our landlines from campus, if you're calling from your cell phone, you'll just need to dial in the regular Fleming number first, and then the extension would be the 4444 if you have an emergency. If you just have, general inquiries though about safety and security, or, you're looking for a request for that safe walk, which I mentioned, or maybe you get locked out of your room and you need to get back in, we recommend you use the extension 8000. So once again, really important you write that down, since you never know if you're going to get locked out of your room or need that safe walk. And so making sure that you're ready to rock and roll.
And the app is really handy to download because it's just easy access to all of those numbers and all of those emergency supports. There's also the friend walk if you're walking back and you don't think you quite need a security guard, but you just share your location with a friend and it tracks where you're walking, and then you end it when you're back. So I know it can be hard in a crisis situation. You're like, oh, what's the extension again? And what's the number? It's all right in the app, so all you have to do is press a button and it can connect you to the calls. So definitely download that.
Love that. Thank you for mentioning that. And then for parking, if anyone here might have a car that they're planning on bringing to campus, we do have parking available at both of our campuses. You're going to need to go to the Park Admin portal, so please make sure you take note of that web address. So https://fleming.parkadmin.com/login. And then you'll just have to create a user profile. You'll need to type in your license plate, say what your car looks like, that kind of thing. And then you'll be able to choose a permit. And so there's monthly permits, there's term permits, there's ones for the whole year, there's all sorts of different ways, and then you can pay right on there. It is important to note that residence lots are, there are some dedicated lots for you to park in overnight as a residence student. So feel free to go to department.flemingcollege.ca/security/parking, or you can always just Google parking at Fleming College. That's fine too. And look at all of our parking maps to be able to see where you can park on campus as a resident student. Okay, so we are at the end. I think we went over by just a couple minutes, but we did start a few minutes late. So do we have any questions? I'm going to just stop the recording button here, and feel free to let us know if you have a question or throw it into the chat.